Yeah, man. So the strategies used by the opposition on this time, unfortunately.
Hey, yo, serious question, right? So you've been doing music for mad long, for people who do not know, right? My question to you is, when it comes to your favorite artists to listen to, right? How do you decipher what's quality music and what's just... Yeah, I understand. I understand music, so that's why I like this.
I guess I don't be trying to decipher quality that much because I feel like there's a certain quality to all music, right? It's just certain. I feel like it's just different times for different shit, right?
Okay.
There is a bag that you have now. My bag might be smaller as for certain types of music than it would be for others, right? So yeah, more so, I really just bring it down to like content, right? If you don't really have any deep content, it's something that's more than what's on the surface level, then you probably not gonna be bumped on the regular. But there is a time for that type of music.
Nah, the reason why this is why I'm asking that, right? Because I was having a talk with Aaron, and he was like, when niggas say shit like, oh, niggas don't play Kendrick in parties, or niggas don't play J. Cole like that in parties. It's a time and a place for that. And I told him, I said, I can't let nobody penalize me for wanting lyricism before all that. Because if the songs were for women, it'd be for women. But it's not made for women. It's made for any sex that's into lyrical rapping. Because if I wanted the party jam, I would just make the party jam.
Facts.
Because, not to harp on it or bring it up, but like Drake and Kendrick hold beef. Regardless if you like Drake or if you don't like Drake, regardless if you like Kendrick or you don't like Kendrick, they delivered their music in the way they deliver music. It wasn't delivered in no other way. Drake wasn't on no, let me get super intricate with the lyricism. You got to bump this 3 or 4 times. If you replaying Drake's diss records, it's because you like the way they sound, which is something he always prided himself on. If you like Kendrick shit, you like the deep thoughts. I listened to the shit 10 times, got 10 different verses. That's what that's for. But people be trying to have music conversations that only be like, yo, if it don't play in the strip club, I don't want to hear it. So what conversation we having?
I definitely could agree with you there. I don't see what's the fixation we got on like always making something for the club. Like I get it, that's important. But like music, niggas live to music. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Niggas live their entire lives to music.
Yeah.
And the portion of your life that you spend inside a club is so small compared to the rest of the life outside of that. What about making music for the other 95% of your life? You feel me?
But the other, see, that shit get tricky.
You need shit that when you wake up and you jump in your G-Ride and you going to work, you need something to throw on. Something that's going to put you in a good mood, get you started for the day.
I agree with you. But I guess I could see why one doesn't make that kind of music. Because
I don't think I've ever tried to appease the clubs in any of my music, personally.
But that's your personal life. There's niggas out here, right? There are people out here right now.
Nah, they dead ass just want to make that shit shake.
We have when we just brought up Kendrick, we brought up Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. They're all 37. But one nigga out of the 3 parties. That's his lifestyle. We go to the club, we buy bottles, and we stand on the couch. Jim Jones and Jay-Z are not far in age. You see what Jim Jones do in his life, and you see what Jay-Z do in his life. So Jim Jones' music reflect. I'm out here on the block, young boys getting niggas shot. But that's literally what his life consists of, that shit.
And no, he look like he's still on the block.
Oh no, I'm not saying, yeah, but he is. And that's like Music.
Nah, he definitely is.
Music is a reflection of life. Sometimes, like music always starts off as art. Whether you're really living the lyrics that you rapping, whether you really doing what you say you doing, or whether you having the fun that you say you having, music is art until art starts to imitate reality.
I said a line like that. Art imitates life. Life imitates death.
So it's like, yo, when you were broke, sitting in your, when J. Cole was broke, sitting in his college dorm, all of that could have been fabrication. But now at the age of 37, everything Cole rapped about when he was 19, he actually can do now. Bitches get low, there's women everywhere, there's money everywhere, we on yachts, we on planes, we on boats.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like that when he penned his first rap. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like people get lost in the purity. Because it's like, yo, this is your art, but now it is your life. Your music has become personal without you knowing it.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's what the people want these days. I feel like with the internet culture, we need to see more and more into the artist's life to feel like you're one with them. And back in the day, the only way you did it was through music, so it was fine then. But now you got all these other mediums, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. Like there's no line in between the artist and his life. You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of why when we was young, artists had mythical creature status, because you didn't know much about what was going on in their regular. Like Michael Jackson, back in the day, people talk about all the crazy stuff that was going on in the 90s, but at that time when it was going on, that knowledge was not around. It was hard. It took a long time to get to you, if it did even make it to you. And all you knew was this person from his videos, albums, and a series of small interviews, right? And live performances. And made an artist bigger than life. Now there's nothing. It's like an open door frame. That's a threshold between the artist and his life, because people just pass through it and they see right in. They know everything about you from morning, and I guess that's why it's hard for people to even appreciate an artist if you see them as your you know everything about this person, bro.
I agree.
You know, you desensitized yourself to the person.
And it's the reason.
Crazy.
And it's the reason why I agree. My man's Ray, yesterday, he said he was watching a lot of documentaries about the good old days. David Ruffin, Marvin Gaye, all of them. And he said, and he was like, each documentary was based upon one of them. Like, just the whole thing was centered around them. And he was like, yo, they were a piece of shit. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, James Brown and them beat the dog shit out of women, right? And I told him, I said, yo, think about the times we live in. And he was like, what you mean? I said, yo, the times we live in is totally different now. If social media exists, that wouldn't fly, bro.
Not at all, brother.
I said, but yo, we live in a world where it had to be word of mouth. I said Marvin Gaye's best friend was Tammy Terrell. I think I'm saying it right. David Ruffin beat her up in front of him. So,
yo, man, let me tell you something, bro. A lot of these artists that you put on those pedestals, like you said, man, if that social media was around, man, the expose that would have been done on some of these creeps is crazy, bro. It's too much. And we got a lot of trauma in our community.
Yeah.
And the further you go back, the closer you get to the trauma, right? That traumatic experience, right? So the further you go back, the more you hear about it, like, you know, I mean, like, not just us, most black people, like, we might have felt like our parents had it hard, right? But then they tell you how their parents was, and then how their parents parent, and it get you're like, oh my God.
It get wild. It get wild.
Crazy.
It get wild. I give you that. It get wild.
It gets wild. It gets wild. Now that's not everybody's story, but unfortunately it was ours, right? Yeah, man. And like you said, man, we just need to let artists be artists these days. I feel like what we saw with that battle between Drake and Kendrick, We need to let more exchanges like that go. Just maybe dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Just dial it back a little bit.
Wildin',
But
yo.
let some exchanges like that go down and let an artist be an artist. Stop rushing projects. Stop rushing songs.
But when you a
They be
fan,
all
you gotta
over
rush
I know,
it.
but you can't do that no more. That's why you're getting the product you're getting.
I give you that.
People are not even satisfied with the product they getting, bro. They rush a project and then they get it and they be like, it's trash. Nigga, y'all begged for it. I was trying to make it fire.
I was in the lab.
Niggas would not let me cook. Niggas probably had a couple joints that was good, but they just had to throw some bullshit joints on there. Now the whole project is a wash. Yo, we need to let artists be artists again. If we do that, we'll get the best product, right? And we need to stay out the artist's life. Stay out the artist's face. And if you're an artist, myself included, like if you see my social medias, I don't really post much. Definitely don't be posting about your life if you're trying to be an artist, because people, the more they know you as a person, the less they see you as whatever you're trying to be, right? And you know, there's some artists that be like, nigga, I'm 100% me. I feel you, but you're also capping.
I don't know, man.
Like, I love it, like, but we all portray a little bit of some sort of character, right? I'm not saying that we all, like, getting into the theatrics of it all, right? We're not all Doja Cat, but we all play a little bit of a character. That's what an artist is, right? We got to stand in that truth, man, and know that you need to keep your life separate from this entity that you become when you sharing your shit, right? Mm-hmm. Your music might be real, but the person that shares that with the world has to be something else.
And I'm gonna give you that too. And the main person that made me understand that as a truth and not a bullshit was J. Cole. When all of that Black Power stuff was going on and people speaking up for the community and they was doing all those riots and stuff like that. When J. Cole got into it with the chick and was like, I apologize, I was misinformed, I need to do more research, know what I mean, before speaking on these situations, I'm like, son, you do know you're a conscious rapper, right? Who speaks upon issues in the community and racism towards black people, and then you just admitted that you're not well educated.
He said I'm not well read on it.
You see,
like that.
You should have just said nothing. You should have just, that's a part of your private life. Cause like you said, like people live a life. So at one, I respect them for being honest, but at the same time, I'm not one of them, but there are people out here who hold your word as face value. And
they hold you to that cross.
That's J. Cole.
Yeah, sometimes like, all right, so you asked me about at one point how I changed, what made me go through the changes in my music at one point.
Yeah.
And part of it was that reason. When you become this conscious person, bro, people look at you as if you are a prophet. You know what I mean? To quote Drizzy, the Black Messiah, right? Another Black Messiah. And it's like, damn, at that point, you can't even be human.
Yeah.
You can't make a mistake.
Can't make a mistake.
Like J. Cole here made a simple mistake, but nigga, it's J. Cole.
Like, how dare you?
J. Cole is still Jermaine, nigga, and Jermaine makes mistakes, nigga.
Jermaine
just
Cole
like everybody else, like niggas is not. So I had just rebelled against the conscious movement for a while, and just wanted to go in a whole nother direction because I'm like, I just don't want people to have high expectations of me, because I want to be able to do what I want. Period. Right? As an artist, you want to move freely through your craft and not be judged. So I thought maybe if I could burn the idea of me being a conscious person, then I can do what I want to do. But ultimately, I came back to somewhat the conscious state. Right?
I'm going to tell you, 50 Cent said it the best. He did an interview, and he was like, one thing he'd never take off his title is that he's a rapper. And Charlamagne the God was like, but you're more than a rapper. He said, yeah, but rap got me where I am today, so I will forever be a rapper. And they was like, what's the difference? He said, what is Jay-Z? He said, a mogul. He said, what is P. Diddy? He said, a mogul. He said, you know how hard it is for them to fight the urge to be hip-hop artists? He was like, I can do that because I never disown that I'm still a rapper. So at the end of the day, if I get on that, he said, I'm vacid. entrepreneur. I am a businessman. But if I feel like getting on the internet and acting like a rapper, they ain't gonna look at me like, huh, what's wrong with Curtis? He said, nah, we still in the meetings calling me 50.
Fact. Jay-Z, man, that motherfucker be
Jay-Z is so far removed from being a rapper. That man is
old, man. He old, bro. No disrespect to him.
Yeah, he's always been old.
I know, but now he old though. He old. You starting to see the oldness on him. He's looking more and more like him.
I feel like he's lost all interest in doing music.
Yo, some people hate Jay-Z. Let me tell you that. It's funny because I don't come from that generation. But like, what's the generation after mine? Gen Z? Gen Z, they hate Jay-Z.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
peeping it, bro. And they make some good points, bro, because they don't know Jay-Z like we knew Jay-Z as the artist. They know him as the capitalist.
Yeah.
So, they know him.
But that's the not knowing.
Yeah, but at some point, when do we ask ourselves? When somebody was breaking it down to me why they had to dislike Jehovah, I was just like, I had to listen to him for a moment because, yeah, he's the person that I know and the person that I love. Mm-hmm. But he's also that person too.
Yeah,
they describe it.
Yeah.
And at some point, I gotta be honest. We're like, yo, he was only the person that I love for this much period of time. That person they talking about, he's been that person for like this long. Let's be real. And I'm still just holding on to that small period of time where he was this for me. But for the most part, he's been that guy.
Okay, but
you know what I mean?
But to say the least is this, right? To say the least.
So I won't say I don't like him. I just can understand why people could not rock with him so much.
All right, but to say that is to say this about all celebrities, right? Jay-Z wife is the superstar. Beyonce.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to keep that lifestyle private?
I mean, I'm not arguing that.
But this is what I'm saying. Like people look at first of all, people have to stop believing people because the person they talking to dislikes another person. So I got into an argument. I know how you and our other brother feel about Eminem. Right?
I told you I don't think he's trash.
This is my thing, though.
I think his albums are kind of trash.
Have you ever spoke to Ree about Eminem?
Ree don't fuck with him.
There's not a conversation that can be had. Soon as he go, hey, yo, Ree, like, turn this shit off. It's garbage. She's like, yo,
he's not wrong.
Yo, fuck you, yo.
I mean, if it ain't that one album,
hey, yo.
I don't know what to say.
Y'all ain't shit.
I ain't gonna cap.
But no, this is the example I'm giving though.
Yo, when he did the, all right, let me start capping.
All right, go ahead.
He was good up until a certain point to me.
Okay.
And what's fucked up is the point for me was Recovery. And
I think that's his best albums, huh?
I think that's when he got better. But that's when
I think that's when I became an Eminem fan. Recovery.
That's when he lost me.
What?
Yeah.
How? And it's funny because we're both admitting that was
that album. That's the album that lost me. When I heard the white boy singing voice come out on that album. That's when he debuted that.
Recovery was fire though.
To that point, he debuted the singing. I was like, oh my god. And everything was just so inspirational. Like, I know I can do it. Know I can make it. Gotta just keep on trying. I'm just like, yo, this shit is not hitting for me, bro.
Hey, yeah.
I'm like, yo.
Hey, yeah.
I'm bumping that joint. Like, I don't know about this one, man. You want me to get my life together, nigga? I'm good off M right now, bro.
Fuck you, yeah.
Mind you, I'm listening to M. I jump in when I'm in that vibe, nigga. Let's talk about putting my baby mother in the trunk. Riding, popping off 14 types of perks I ain't never heard of. Yo, now this nigga is trying to take me through the spiritual journey with him, and I just wasn't ready to go. I was in the streets, in the studio. Nigga, we not doing that, bro. Turn that off, bro. Turn that off. Let me know when the Relapse come out.
Nah, the Relapse was horrible, man.
Hold on, there was one called the Relapse?
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm joking.
The Relapse was the next album. The next album was called Relapse.
Yo, how did I accurately called this man next album, and our pressure was trash. I thought
That shit was horrible.
See, when I say relapse, I mean an actual relapse, like when he got back on drugs.
That's what the album was. Good. The album, no, whoa, that wasn't the album. Eminem felt like getting off drugs made him a better rapper. He stopped doing the jokey joke shit and all that goofy stuff. Relapse was him relapsing and doing that for the entire album. Every song is like, I'm Slim Shady, yes, I'm... Every single song is in an accent. He goofy.
That might be fire.
That shit is hard. He called it horrible. He even said it. He said, man, this is the worst shit I ever created.
Can I just say something, bro?
Please.
It might be trash, but he got to understand that once he got off drugs, his pen took a nose down.
No, it did not. Nigga, he's more lyrical than he's ever been.
He's too lyrical. And I like lyrics.
Like Tyler the Creator said, Marshall has hit a point in his life where he's just too good. And he doesn't know how to tone it back. He said he reached a point other rappers can't reach. He 50-something and his brain is still working like he 19. This nigga,
and I'm like, bro,
niggas finding words.
I'm just trying to figure out when, and where am I supposed to bump this? Where, nigga? Who the fuck want to go to work like? Nigga, I got a headache. Turn this shit off, bro. Turn that shit off.
Fun fact.
Slim Shady.
No disrespect to him, but fun fact.
I fuck with him though. I still fuck with him because he had me at one point.
I'm gonna tell you how the shift happened for me. Right. So I know people love the old Eminem. The Eminem I can't stand. And the reason why I can't stand that Eminem is because at a point in time, Hi My Name Is makes me laugh.
Yes.
But to go, yo, you want to hear some of Eminem greatest songs? And you giving me 20 of those, I'm like, yo, where's the greatest rapper alive at? Because he ain't rapping on none of these records.
I'm sorry, yo, M didn't, yo, look, we gonna stop talking about M being the greatest. Look.
No, I'm just giving you an example. They have always called Eminem one of the best rappers on planet Earth.
I wouldn't do that.
Until he got to Recovery, I've never heard it. I've never heard something from Eminem.
Oh my God, bro, we are really on the opposite side of this fist. That's album
I'm so serious.
Where I put the fork in that nigga. I said, oh, this nigga's done.
I heard Recovery and I was like,
he put out like 9 more albums after that.
Yo, I heard Recovery and I was like, yo, this nigga is phenomenal. I see what everybody else sees. But then I felt like I was the only nigga on that side. I'm like, yo, why am I the only nigga liking this Eminem? Like,
yo, I remember Recovery came out along the same time I think 2 Chainz was coming out. I don't know why I remember those two things at the same time. But I remember 2 Chainz, or was it Future?
I'm about to look up what year Recovery
came out.
Future
that came out. I think Future had Tony Montana or something was out.
Probably.
Tony Montana, right? I just remember being in the studio listening to all the music that was out. And M was out, and it was Future out. But yeah, M, yo, nigga, I used to have this print shop, and I remember my boy Frank used to talk to me.
2010 Recovery came out.
All right, what time? What Tony Montana came out when?
Actually, Relapse came out before Recovery.
I knew it.
How the fuck
you gonna relapse?
It was Encore, then it was Relapse, and then it was Recovery.
Okay, so the Recovery is one where you lost me.
Yeah. You said Tony Montana by Future?
Yeah, Tony Montana.
When I hop about the porch, Tony Montana. That's Future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that is the first time I heard Future. God damn, he got mad music.
It's gotta be one of his first joints.
Magic the first time I heard him.
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, I remember around that time, bro. I was bumping all of their shit, man. Tony Montana, man. That was one for the ages.
Tony Montana came out in 2012.
Okay, so it wasn't that. It must have been 2 Chainz.
Yeah, 2 Chainz was around forever when he was a duffel bag boy and he was titty boy.
He was titty boy. All right, so I forget the point we was making. But
how we got to the crossroads when I started to believe Eminem was one of the greatest artists ever, and y'all niggas put a fork in him around Recoveries, huh?
Yeah, bro, because before that, bro, the nigga was so dope. Stan, was fire. The song. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but let the come out and they move their lips.
Forgot about Dre.
Come on, bro.
I give you that.
Bro.
I give you that.
He had some joints that I was like, even the motherfucking joint with Jay-Z. Renegade, come on, bro. People used to really argue that his verse is better than Hov's. I personally don't agree, but that's just, I'm going to leave that up to the rappers to argue for the beginning of time.
I agree that they split. I gave Jay one of the verses, and I gave him one of the verses.
I gave Hov the first verse. Hov first verse was crazy to me. I thought M verse was cool, but when you really look at the substance, it's about nothing.
No, when you really look at the substance, people who relate to that love it.
But what are we relating to exactly? What was he talking about?
See, this is the question. It's whether you hold on.
All I know is see yourself as a kid again, and you get embarrassed.
That verse was fire, son, because that's the joint when he was like, yo, you can't blame me for being fucked up. I have to blame my parents. You fucking do good. Y'all niggas didn't do good in marriage. Do you have any clue what I had to do to get here? I don't think you do. So stay tuned and keep your ears glued to the stereo, because here we go.
Yo, for a second, I thought you was just explaining the verse.
No,
he realized you was spitting the actual.
Yeah, son.
That's why I started dying. Like, I'm like,
yo, you hear that shit? He said, "I'm a poet to some, a regular modern day Shakespeare. Jesus Christ, the King, is Latter-day Saints here. Is he the latter? It can't wait to explain. Media scapegoat." Simple as whistling Dixie as I'm waving this pistol at 40 Christians that gets me because they judgmental. I go to war with the Mormons. I go to bath with the Catholics and holy water. No wonder they want to hold me under the lawyer longer. I'm a motherfucking spiteful. I forgot how he said that shit. Yeah, motherfuckers hate to like you. What did I do? I'm just a kid from a gutter making this money off these bloodsuckers. He was even on black people's side right there. He was making this butter off bloodsuckers.
He ripped it. I just don't think he ripped it.
But I will give Hov one of those verses.
I had to hustle back to the wall as she knuckles pockets filled with a lot of lint, not a cent. Hey, come on, bro.
They was going. I don't know which verse. I know that's Jay last verse. I know that's Jay last verse.
Only bagging green.
I don't know which verse is which verse. I will have to listen to it again. But I definitely gave Hov one of them, and I gave M one. Neither one of them watched each other.
Hey, I'm watching them both. Hov watched them both. Oh my God. That's like a nigga telling me that Drake won one of those rounds in the battle. He got watched every round in it. Every round. And he lost in every criteria. Flow. Style.
KENDRICK City play.
Content. Beat selection. Biggest hit. Nigga lost on every motherfucking. You can't. No. You can't get washed up like that and then still sit around.
You can't get washed up like that.
I rap. You rap. You rapped. You rapped up, my boy. It's a rap.
I just feel like,
yo, what he said. Just get to the summer vibes. Don't talk about battling no more though.
Nah, I think he gonna diss again.
Nah, I think he better dismount his mind.
I think it's too much of an ego.
Nah, I think he know what's going on. It's like everybody think they tough to that one nigga whoop your ass.
Actually, I'm gonna give you some real shit. I'm gonna give you some real shit. What I'm about to say to you. I don't think Drake stops dissing if real life doesn't happen. If real life doesn't happen, he will never admit defeat because this is different from Pusha T. And this is what I tell people the difference between Pusha T was. There was never a time in the world Pusha T was going to be able to dethrone Drake.
This is a fact. Pusha T wasn't looking to dethrone.
He wasn't even going to put a chink in his
Pusha T just said,
no, but this is
I don't like it.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. There are a million niggas who took shots at Jigga, and they only got half a bar. It's a reason why Nas got diss records. Because it was like, yeah, these niggas can say some hot shit, but you bother me. Because when I'm in New York, even without music being out, they be like, yeah, man, that nigga Nas. And I'm looking like Nas ain't rapped in 7 years.
Hov been hearing that since he came out.
You see what I'm saying?
That's his problem.
But Drake has also been hearing that since Kendrick got the torch passed to him. Because people forget, Kendrick got the torch passed to him before Good Kid, Mad City. They passed him that shit a week after Section 80. 7 days after his least popular album, far as sales, came out, they gave him the throne as the next face of the West Coast. And Drake has been sitting there figuring out when is Justin Bieber going to give him the crown in Canada, because he dropped. But since then, Drake has always heard, yo, you got to see that nigga, son. Y'all either going to be friends or y'all going to be enemies. He was never going to stop. But real life happened. I feel like this is the way, leave it alone. Real life happened. Kendrick's even giving you that respect. Real life happened, so I ain't going to keep bombing on that nigga. Because Kendrick hasn't responded to the Heart Part 6. He was just like, yo, go handle real life, nigga. I don't wish death upon your love.
No, man. Kendrick didn't respond to Heart Part 6 because it's unnecessary.
Oh no, I'm not
You don't need to respond to that, bro. The nigga was copping pleas and shit. Like, bro, we good. You got it. White flag. You ain't do the rape shit, got you.
Cause you know your boy Axe said we was gonna get the record Tuesday, but that's when they shot the shit up. He said Drake literally told him, like, yo, I had the record. I was dropping the record. He said, I didn't know niggas was going to shoot at, I was going to have it shooting in my house the day I was, he was like, so just, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, brother.
So I'm just letting you know.
Niggas on TikTok got the funniest theories. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Swear to God.
Had the wildest theories. I done seen niggas say Drake done made the shooting, go down, plan the stage shooting. Yo, this shit funny as hell. Niggas must not have jobs.
Oh, you ain't hear my thoughts on that. Let me tell you all my thoughts on that out there. Mm-hmm. I feel like the shooting went just like this.
Okay.
He out, he chilling and shit. They like, hey, yo, Drake, we found.
Hold on, he chilling doing what?
He out, like he not even in the house.
Okay.
Cause they said the shooting was a drive-by. So he out. He probably on his way back because he was doing something in California.
Some lover boy shit.
Yeah, so he with his team and shit. Chubbs then came to him like, hey, yo, niggas found the mole. And he was like, niggas found the mold. Remember, he claimed he planted his mold. He said, I planted my own mold. So he was like, look, yo, we got surveillance. He was like, yo, what we doing? He like, yo, who that? The nigga shaking Punch hand from TDE, like, looking down. And he like, the fuck? Who that? He like, that's the security guard, my nigga. He was like, at the gate. He was like, yeah, shoot that shit up. But it's your house. Shoot that shit up.
Stupid, bro. Yo, you stupid, man.
I mean, I'm not going to do that. I mean, I hope everybody's good and shit, but that is a weird way to pause a rap beef. Is to have a shootout with niggas in Canada.
I'm going to tell you right now, man, we need to focus more on what's going on in the world. Am I right, though, my brother?
Yeah, depending on what it is.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
The war in Gaza.
Okay.
Where do you stand?
Nah, don't try to flip this on me.
I'm asking you a question.
Where do I stand? Or whoever's right.
Whoever's right.
Whoever is the right one.
I don't have enough facts, but I see online a lot of bloodshed from the Palestinian side. So I can't really say that the people of Israel are wrong, but I don't see them dying all online. So I'm going to ride with Palestine. You feel me?
All right, now I have a question. Mm-hmm. The Israelites, is these...
You saying the Israelites?
Is these the Israelites we talking about?
You talking about the men that be downtown? Nah. You talking about the Hebrew Israelites?
Yeah, is these... Let
me tell you something. I know a couple of them, yo.
All right.
Those brothers will put you right, bro. Don't rock with them. But
what I'm saying is these the same Israelites that you talking about, the Israels?
No, I'm talking about the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, and the guys that's having the war in Gaza.
Nigga, no. You got me confused. I'm talking about the people of Israel, nigga. Jewish people.
So...
Are Hebrew Israelites Jewish? I don't even know.
They supposed to be black Jews.
Oh, that's what they're supposed to be. Clearly, right? That's cool. They're Hebrew Israelites.
They're Hebrew Israelites.
I don't know why.
I'm out of water, man.